This is Mr. Martin. These are video notes for Unit 7. We're talking about identities. This is example 3. And we want to simplify this big, ugly expression. So we have a couple of complex fractions here that we want to add. And when we add fractions, we need to find a common denominator. And a lot of times with trig identities, I just use kind of a shortcut technique. It's really the same as finding a common denominator. So what I do is I'm going to multiply up and to the left first. So this would give me cosine u times 1 plus sine u plus, because I have plus in the middle here. Then I'm going to multiply up and to the right. So I've got plus sine u times cotangent u minus cosine u, and then my common denominator is just multiplying these two, sine u, cosine u. Okay, so that's just a shortcut for adding these. You multiply up and to the left. Okay, whatever this stuff is in the upper left, it's got to stay there. Then you multiply up and to the right, put the appropriate operation, so we're adding here, so I have a plus. And then you multiply your two denominators. So the downside to this is that once in a while it won't give you your least common denominator, but usually those things will work themselves out as well. Okay, so we've added these two together, and I'm not really sure it made it simpler yet, but we're going to go with it anyway. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to distribute over here. So I have cosine u times 1 and cosine times sine. So I have cosine u plus cosine u sine u plus, and then I'm going to distribute over here, sine u cotangent u minus sine u cosine u. And this is all over my common denominator, which was sine u cosine u. Alright, now I want to caution you, I have a cosine u sine u, which is the same as sine u cosine u, which is what I have in my denominator. The only way you can cancel these out is if you cancel it with every single thing on the top. Okay, and we can't do that. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. But what we can do is I can cancel these because I have a plus cosine u sine u and a minus cosine u sine u. Remember, multiplication, it doesn't matter what order we multiply things. Alright, so those cancel out, and I'm left with cosine u plus sine u times, and I'm going to rewrite this in terms of sine and cosine. That's another good technique for us. That's our quotient identity. I know that's going to be cosine u over sine u, and this whole thing is over sine u cosine u. Alright, if I put this over 1, so I have two fractions, I see that this and this cancel each other out. And continuing on over here, I have cosine u plus cosine u, so that's 2 cosine u over sine u cosine u. Alright, I have a cosine on the top and a cosine on the bottom. Those are going to cancel out. So I have 2 over sine u. Normally, we don't like to leave this as a fraction, and I know that this sine u is the reciprocal of cosecant. So a neat way to think about this is anytime you move a function from numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator, like I'm going to do here, it just changes to its reciprocal function. So if I take this sine and I want to move it up to the top, it's going to become its reciprocal function, which is cosecant. So this becomes 2 cosecant u, and we like this form better because it's not a fraction. So this whole big expression at the beginning simplifies to 2 cosecant u. Alright, again, if you had any questions, make sure you ask. Like I mentioned in the previous video, it might be a good idea to rewrite this on some separate paper and give it a go on your own. You've got to work really hard at this unit if you want to be successful. Do as many problems as you can and work on these techniques over and over. Alright, we'll see you in the next video.